Stay in your home, citizen. I'm from the government, and I'm here to help. I forgot your price.
Guys, like I said earlier, today we're going to be talking about partial safety gas masks. So full disclosure, I did get these sent for free. I am doing testing and reviewing on them. I'm going to be doing an honest review, so no money is exchanged hands. Like I said, I did get these for free. The way I'm looking at it though is that I'm going to test them out. If they work as advertised, sick. Then they work, then sweet. If not, then I didn't lose any money. So so far I'm really liking these. With the two models that we've got here before us, this is the NB100 respirator. This is kind of the more like tactical mask that they do, and this is the ST100X respirator. This is a little bit more of their entry-level mask. So compared to some of the other companies out there, these are a little bit more affordable, and so we're going to kind of be testing out their effectiveness, as well as doing a video on how easy it is or how hard it may be to shoot with a gas mask on, and if there's certain optic setups that are a little bit more geared towards that than not, especially if you plan on shooting with one of these. So a little bit about the masks themselves. Again, the NB100 is a little bit more of their practical one. The well, not really glass, but the covering here is a really hard polycarbonate. So this here is supposedly ballistic rated, not in the sense of ballistic as in ammunition, but more like if rocks or debris or something's in the area, it's not going to break. It's not going to break this. It's not going to shatter. So they hold up pretty well. As far as the filter on the NB100 is a little bit heavier duty filter. So this one is made for organic and inorganic vapors. So we're talking chemicals, tear gas, things like that. A little bit more heavy duty in that regard. On here you can see that they have the expiration dates. Now, since I do have this one open and connected, the thing with this though is that they will be the expiration date is if it's still sealed. So this is open, this is unsealed, so that expiration date is a little earlier now. So this as well up front here, you have here is a spot to where you can actually hear me talk out of here a lot easier than you can out of this one. Not necessarily that you can't, but it's a little bit easier with this. So you've got nice full view here instead of like the big eye holes that you'll see on like the SAS style gas mask from back in the day. You've got 6 points of adjustment on there, which is really nice whenever it's on your head, as opposed to like a 5-point strap that most of them have. You also have, like I said, it gets very easy to communicate out of there. You have the filter capability on both sides, so you can run 1 filter, 2 filters. If you're a right-handed shooter like me, I run the filter on the left-handed side, leave the plug in on the right, so that way I'm able to breathe as well as shoot. Over here, the ST100, this guy's a little different. This is more their entry-level masks. So with this one here, we're going to be talking about more survival masks is kind of what this is talking about. This is more geared towards, again, pepper spray, tear gas, smoke inhalation, things like that. So this is more or less just getting out of a bad situation and getting somewhere where you can breathe cleaner. The filter's not quite as, it's more for organic vapors, so it's not quite as super duty as this guy is. The nice thing about both of these though is they do take standard 40mm masks. 40mm canisters. So any 40mm canister that you can find out there, whether it be surplus or from another company or from them, you can swap those out to kind of filter through the threat that you think is going to be an issue. So that's kind of a nice thing, is you can mix and match these to what you think might be the problem. So with this, you've got a 5-point strap harness on here. This one is rubber, the other one is kind of like a nylon. So with these, they both seal up pretty well. I've been playing around with both of them. They work really great. They both have similar fields of view. I do like this one a little bit better, just personal preference. Also aesthetically, it looks pretty dope. But yeah, we're gonna do some shooting with these and see how well they operate. And then in a separate video, we're gonna see how effective they are at actually stopping threats.
All right, guys, so I've got the NB100 on. We're going to be trying shooting with a couple different things. So again, the big thing with this, when you're shooting with a gas mask, the big issue that you're going to run into is that you've got a lot of extra here. So it's going to be really hard to get that cheek weld. So a lot of times you're going to have to try to cock the weapon off at a 45, especially if you have a raised sight. That works a little bit better. So with that, you've seen this on my Instagram. I'm introducing it on the first time on YouTube. This is my 300 Blackout, which is painted like a unicorn typical crap on it. So this is what I like to call my heroin enhancer. I'm sure you've seen the honey badger. I'm certain you've seen the sugar weasel. Now you've seen the heroin enhancer. This is a Yankee Hill suppressor on here, 300 Blackout. I've got my 6-hour Romeo 5 on here, and we're going to play with this and see how well this works. So again, instead of being able to get down like this, where I have no chin weld, I kind of got to have the rifle at a 45. It's kind of off my shoulder, and I kind of have to angle it a little bit. So this is the first gun we're going to test out with the first Optic setup, just kind of a high-rise red dot, and see how well it works. That gets hot pretty quick, and so far that one worked pretty well. We're going to switch to the CZ Scorpion now. Alright, so personally, CZ Scorpion, MRO, gas mask, kind of a vibe. So with this, I've got my CZ Scorpion carbine length handguard, my Omega 9K on here. Now downside, I do have a nightstick light as opposed to a stream light. I got this for free off a guy though, so try it out. It's basically just a more Chinese stream light. I'm cheap, I know. So we're going to try this Optic setup with the Trijicon MRO and see how we do. Again, kind of topped off to the side. Probably helps if I load around in the chamber. Try something out real quick. Alright, that one worked out pretty well too. So now we're going to try an LPVO. Alright, so we're back out here again with the Daniel Defense I had from the previous video. So again, with a 22 caliber conversion kit in here. Now I do have the 1:6 on here with an offset red dot. This one I don't think is going to work that well because I'm not going to be able to get behind it. We're going to play with it and see. Again, the two high-rise optics that we had with the red dots worked pretty well. So let's see how this does. Okay, first problem, I can't really get behind the LPVO unless it's like way here, or I get a scoop way up. With the offset red dot, it's really awkward. So again, it's doable, but it's definitely not my favorite. You gotta really like suck up on it like this. Luckily being a 22, it's not too much of an issue. In 5.56 or any heavier caliber, this probably would not work out that well. Again, it's doable if you had to in a pinch, but hopefully you don't have to with that setup. Now granted, I'm probably not gearing all of my stuff towards wearing a gas mask all the time, but if you know you might have to, maybe not the LPVO setup. Okay, so we've got the Colt SP01, a retro 4-power top mount here. We're going to see how well this does. This one I actually played at home, didn't work. It worked out kind of good with the height over bore, so we're going to see how well we do here. It's actually not that bad. Part of that's because you can really suck up on it. If you get real low, you can still use the irons, but it is still kind of a pain with a gas mask to use the irons, but the 4-power working out pretty well. Alright, let's try one last one. Alright, so finally we've got my cameraman's rifle. So with here, he's got his Trijicon here with the hollow sun red dot up above it. I think this one's going to work out pretty well. I'm going to try to see if I can see through both. I'm probably going to have to just go to the red dot, so we're going to take a look. So shooting through the red dot's pretty easy. Don't got to do a whole lot there. Using the Trigicon's not going to happen with this, but having a piggyback red dot, so if you are going to run an LPVO or a Trigicon, something like this, having that piggyback red dot is going to be an awesome choice. Sweet. Works pretty well. So if all else fails, and for whatever reason your optic setup on your rifle is just not conducive to running it in a gas mask, and you absolutely have to wear a gas mask, you can always turn to your secondary. Glock 34, Trijicon RMR. 60% of the time, it works every time.
All right, guys, so thanks for joining us today. Again, these masks were sent by Parcel Safety, so big shout out to them. We're gonna have some links down below. If you want to pick up a Parcel Safety mask as well, we do have a link for you through them. So they're gonna hook you up with some good stuff, and they're gonna do it on a good price. But yeah, shout out to all you guys for watching in, tuning in. Thank you for all your support. Thank you guys for watching it in. This is another episode of Mid-Tier Thoughts. See you on the next one.